you talking? Because we're going live now, so it
Let's
doesn't
just
really matter.
yeah, and I'll look for the feed here. Just go live, whatever. Let's just
Yeah,
talk. I mean,
yeah.
Hey
So,
you.
hi. So we're gonna go to San Francisco. I'm
what
excited.
up?
I'm excited.
Yay!
It's what
Um,
we're flying out October 3rd, right? And then we're having a meetup on the 5th.
we are. It's going to be an awesome time. I'm stoked to have you guys flying all the way across the country. Bradley, hopefully you too.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
won't
know
be
yet,
getting
right?
there till about. If I'm able to go, I won't be getting there till the 5th. But yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. I'm working
like
on it.
like
Okay.
super early in the morning.
The plan is to fly in the night of the 4th.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and be
Wait,
there for
what day is that? Which day is that?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so arrive Friday night and then be there all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then at some point on Monday fly back
Well,
So,
gentlemen, here's to San Francisco.
to San
to
Come on
San
Francisco.
out. We're
Francisco.
gonna have a good time.
So we made plans originally to go to Golden Gate Park, but because of a festival, it doesn't look like that's happening. It looks like we're probably meeting at with the marina.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
where did that change? I didn't see that. I
it
didn't see the
changed in
change.
the event. If you go to the main Facebook page and you click like on the left, there's events, and
Okay. All
like
right.
it's
I'm
some
looking at it now.
it's the page
Looking
I
at
invited you to.
it. I'm
Um,
on the page. I'm on the
well,
page.
there
Okay.
was a thread where everybody was talking about this big music festival that's in the park and how it was going to be hard to find parking and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to make a second announcement with like a video or like a picture of where we're going to meet. But yeah, it looks like we're meeting in the marina.
Well, the marina's fine. You know, the marina is also going to be extremely challenging for parking, just so you guys know. Golden Gate Park, though, with, 200,000 people. But just remember, most people take public transportation, right? So,
Yeah.
yes, the streets are going to be full, but, we can also take public transportation. Like, we're over in Oakland, George, so we're going to hop on BART. We're going to be dropped down right down by the Embarcadero area, and then we could meet up at the Maritime Square. We could go over to the marina. We can go anywhere from there.
Yeah, but I heard that Bart doesn't do the park, which is another reason that we didn't do
That's
that.
right. We
Yeah.
would have to
So
bus. They'd have to grab a bus. They're kind of stinky. I think I mentioned that today on the event page, but yeah, we can get there. It's pretty easy to get around to places.
all right, cool. Well, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I think several people have confirmed, and then I'm sure there's people going to show up that don't confirm. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, probably. Now, I'm on the page right now, and by the way, it still says we're meeting at the Music Concourse and Martin Luther King Drive, just for
Yeah,
posterity's sake.
I'll change it.
Okay, change that, but which is fine. But okay, so I see that 8 people are attending, 8 people are a maybe, and then there are 35 more people that have been invited.
Yeah. The weird thing that I didn't know is when you host an event, it automatically invites all of your friends like that are
Oh,
in the same group. Yeah,
Oh,
so it sent out an
uh-oh.
invite to like Rob Robel, and Rob's like, I'm in Chicago, dude. I'm not coming to San Francisco to hang out with you. So yeah,
Well, I hope Rob can come. That would be super
it would be
awesome.
awesome.
that
Yeah,
would be great.
So Bradley, what's
but it
you're
can't.
gonna try to make it out here? You would come in. You're staying with a friend, right?
You got it. Yeah,
Um,
that's the plan.
that would be super sweet. Have you been here before?
I have not. I've been to California many times. I've
Hmm.
been, but mostly Southern California. So not made it to San Francisco yet. Excited to see the bridge. Excited to experience the bread, the sourdough bread. I hear that's a
It's the
thing.
best.
I get
that I
some
have to
rice
do on
aroni.
there. Well,
Yes.
of course, rice roni while on a trolley, right?
Yes.
You know what,
They
rice
call, you call them
aroni?
trolleys?
We call them cable cars.
Cable cars. Okay.
But we do have trolleys too. You guys will be on all forms of public transportation, trains, planes, all sorts of stuff.
Police cars.
Probably in the back of a police car. I'm not gonna lie, and I have definitely been in one. By the way, rice aroni tastes like rice, guys. Just so you know. Just
Yeah, but
tastes like
it's the San Francisco treat, man.
It is.
it is. Maybe we'll get it just for fun. But cool. Well, we're looking forward to it. Like I said, we're over in the East Bay, and we'll be heading over to the city, and we'll be sniffing around. We'll be meeting up with folks. We're excited about it, and we will be also probably doing some digging, right?
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
we're-
I haven't filled out a request yet. I don't exactly know where I want to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we want to do a request about how far in advance should we do that?
I don't know. One of the things that I kind of planned for this, I sent an email out to San Francisco Parks podcast department, and tried to get them to have somebody meet us out there and ask some questions of them. So maybe we can do like a short interview segment for the official podcast with an actual parks guy from San Francisco. I kind of wanted to ask him, like, how has the secret affected the parks? Because from our end, it looks like lots and lots of random holes that they have to deal with. And, what the process is like to get digging. Why they, out of all the parks, decided to allow people to dig, that's crazy to me. But, maybe we can get all those questions answered.
So that would be awesome for now and for the future too. Did they haven't gotten back to you yet?
No, not yet. But I just emailed them like Friday, so no biggie.
Okay, cool. And by the way, George, do we have a theme for today's podcast? Are we just talking? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're just talking. I just kind of threw this one together.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, no real agenda. I mean, if people want to ask questions, if people want to ask questions, they can, but we didn't announce this, so I don't expect anybody to just pop in.
That sounds good. We do have one person watching us, and that would be Nick.
Nice.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. What's happening, bro?
What's going on, bud?
What's going on, buddy? Ask questions if you want. Not like we'll be able to answer them, but feel free. Or just say hi. Okay, so what else? Okay, so that's happening on, what's the date again? Hold on, let me go back to this.
The 5th? Yeah, the 5th.
The 5th of October. Okay, that sounds good. We have some cool people showing up. We're excited. It's gonna be cool. It'll be Matt Sparks said this is not the first like official meetup, right?
Yeah, that's what he told me. He said, well, not really official. I think he's just sort of had people out before. Like he's just announced that he was going to be at a park at a certain time, and people would show up.
Awesome. And then what about Gerald Gay? Is he going?
Oh, I tried to get Gay.
Dr. Gay.
No. Yeah, I tried to get Dr. Gay, but Dr. Gay is very busy anesthetizing people and taking pottery classes. I don't think it's going to work out. But I tried. I tried really hard. I tried to do so many things for this community, and that was one of them. So yeah, not bad.
I think I saw him on an episode of Expedition Unknown. What do you guys think? You know what I'm talking about? See the crowd there.
I think he was.
No,
I stand my opinion that he was in that group in the background.
Okay.
I was assured that every single speck of that man was scrubbed from that episode. I hear they're gonna talk about it, like bring it up on the next the secret one, but sort of a more in passing thing. Yeah.
I have a feeling it's gonna be the season closer again.
I think so. Yeah. I don't even think they like officially finished until the end of last month with the episode. So yeah, it'll have to be a end of the season thing.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that episode.
So what else you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. I've already said way too much about Expedition Unknown that I shouldn't say.
Okay. All right. There's no editing, my friend.
Yeah, I keep forgetting
editing.
We're live.
We are live. Cool. So, Bradley, what's your next trip, man? Where are you going? Where are you digging? Besides San Francisco, of course.
Oh man, well, you took away my easy answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I have not set foot in Charleston yet, so I'd love to make it down there sometime in the very near future, especially with the recent weather conditions. Maybe that will help us out a little bit. I'm always up for going to Roanoke, not for digging, but it's just a wonderful place to visit. So, always up for going there and just checking it out. So, who knows? Maybe a corner of some plexiglass will be poking out of the beach somewhere.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I talked to Rachel. I think in December we're going to do another meetup in St. Augustine. We got a pretty big event called Nights of Lights, where the whole city covers themselves with like Christmas lights. It's beautiful, but it's weird. All the Christmas lights are exactly the same. There's actually a law that defines exactly what Christmas lights you have to put on your buildings. But anyway, it's beautiful. So I think we're going to have another meetup in St. Augustine sometime in December. So if you want to come to that too.
Fun. If you're going to try and get me to go to Florida during the winter is going to be the best time. It is just too hot any other time of the year.
Yeah,
it is.
So
it is. You guys survived though. You guys survived.
It should be fun.
The weather stuff, right?
Yeah.
George, you did. St. Augustine did okay.
We didn't even get like a shower. It was crazy. I think it may have rained for like an hour. Other than that, nothing.
It's amazing. I don't, moving from Florida here last year, one thing I don't miss is running for my life from weather. But it brought back memories of like watching the spaghetti models and stuff like that, and like freaking out, going, "Oh my God, is this going to be the one that demolishes Tampa?"
Yeah.
But fortunately, we were okay.
This one was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't.
That sounds good.
Well, did you get any of the massive amounts of cocaine that washed ashore?
No. I didn't get the cocaine. I tend to find the weed. I don't find the cocaine.
I saw that picture of it.
Yeah.
What did you do with it again? You turned it in?
Yeah. So okay. So the story. My parents have a beach house. My parents have a beach house in Flagler Beach, and there was a boat that was like floating upside down in the ocean for like a week, and it was just kind of floating there. And eventually, it came to shore. And when it came to shore, I walked down with my stepfather to look at it, and it was literally just an upturned boat. So I was like, I wonder if there's anything in it. And I swam out there, and I reached kind of up under the boat, which was difficult, and just started pulling out bags of weed. And it ended up being like 400 pounds of weed, but it was all soaked in diesel. 400 pounds. It was all soaked in diesel and shit. We called the cops, and cops took care of it. But there's pictures of me sitting with like a bale of like an 80-pound bale of weed online.
Yeah, that's dangerous, my friend. Okay, so all right, do you guys do you want to play a game? Would you like to play a game? You guys up for a game?
Yeah,
okay.
Why not?
Okay.
All right, it is time for. Did BP say it, or did he not say it?
Oh Lord.
So what I'm going to do in this segment, and by the way, major shout out to Chris Preacher. He helped me big time with this. He is our historian. You know what I'm saying?
The man.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the freaking man. So I really appreciate it, Chris, if you're out there. Oh, you are out there watching. Cool.
Hey, Chris, what's up, bud?
I do you proud. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some sort of idea or quote, okay? I may have made it up. I may not have made it up. I may have taken it verbatim from something like a newspaper or some sort of other source. But you guys need to discuss and tell me if you think that Byron Preiss actually said it or not.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here
we go.
To be very, very wrong.
Believe me, by the way, researching this was an awesome exercise because I actually learned a couple of new things today. But by the way, so I didn't have time to write down all the sources for this stuff today. Most of it's up on 12 Treasures. Other stuff I found because Chris pointed me to it, and I'll provide some of that stuff later, or I just Googled it. Okay, so did Byron say that he wanted to create a new American mythology via this book?
I feel like saying no to that.
Yeah, I feel like saying no
that
as
does
well.
not ring a bell.
Okay. So talk about it. Why don't you guys think that?
Because
Well, go ahead, George.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot?
Well,
I don't know.
You're starting to talk. I mean,
Because
it just doesn't seem like
It's not
the
a
mission.
mythology. It's not a
yeah.
mythology at all. It's just
Yeah, there's It's just
Bunch of
an
fairies.
homage to immigration,
Yeah.
and getting people out to learn about and experience the history of the country they live in. So I don't think it's about creating a new mythology. I think it's about educating us about our own history and where we came from.
Okay. George, you agree with that? What
Yeah,
do you think?
sure. I don't think he said that. He may have though. I'm gonna be
I'm
really.
very, I'm very prepared for you to say that I'm incorrect.
Yeah, we're not gonna be considered, experts in this field after this
This
game.
is more for discussion. It's really just to see what you guys think. And maybe I shouldn't have started out with a tough one. So the answer is yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
He did say that. It's in writing. And he felt like, without getting into all the details, because I don't remember them, and
Neither do we.
I will
It's
have
all
to
right.
find the source. But essentially, he said that Americans came here. We did what we did, of course, to the Native Americans, and that he wanted to write a new mythology based upon our culture and how we got started.
I fully expected Brett to be like, yes, he did say that. It was the third sentence in the book, and
Right.
You guys are lucky that it was not to the third sentence. I tell you that. Then you'd really lose all your credibility. Okay. All right. You guys ready for the next one?
sure.
Did Byron plan on writing a second book?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, in the first book, it clearly says, whenever you find the treasure, your name will be in the second book.
I
So
should have started with
absolutely.
that one. It was an easier one.
Yeah.
But okay, so why did that change? Why in
Because he sold like 25,000 copies of the first book. The first book didn't even make its money.
Yeah, the first book, unfortunately, wasn't nearly as successful as planned.
All right. Okay. Those are fair answers.
Those are
yes, I would imagine
real
that
answers.
after, those are good ones.
And the first 12 treasures weren't found. So.
That's what I was going to say. So, after the challenge was, after he laid down the challenge, and he was more worried about them getting found too quickly, from what I read today. And the fact that it was decades later that they weren't found, they just basically decided not to pursue it. So
Yeah,
you
so-
guys are correct.
So, fun facts about the numbers in the book. Byron promised multiple editions of this book. And the first run didn't sell out, and a bunch of them were donated, like the remainders were donated. And to fulfill the second printing, he printed some softcover Canada books, but he printed those hardbacks. So that's technically his second pressing. They're like first printing books. They're just rebound as hardback, and they're technically the second release.
Which is what I am seeking. It's the last version of the book for my collection.
That you don't have. That's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to find, dude. I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard to find.
Absolutely.
Well, no,
okay.
and it's not, because there's an actual second printing that was released in Canada. Even I don't have that one. I think Nadine and Kim have one. I think that's it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Interesting. So how
the
would,
only one I've ever seen.
Does it have a different ISBN?
Yeah, nope, it has a different printer code. So the printer code on all of our books is 98765432110, and the printer code on the Canada books is 987654321.
Okay,
They leave
wait
off
a
the
second.
0.
I've never looked at that. I'm gonna go grab my other book and just see, just for the heck.
Okay.
I'll be
What?
right back. Where do I find the printer code?
On
Just right on the
the
inside of the front.
the copyright page.
Okay.
Same place you find the ISBN.
Oh yeah.
Bradley's just like leaving. What the fuck?
Just kidding.
Everybody's just gonna leave me here, and I'm gonna say what? This is
Hey,
live, Bradley. Okay, so what's up?
There's a cat. There's a cat where a Bradley used to be. Look at that cat's pissed right now. Hey, dude, you locked me in here with this creep? Come on.
Yeah, right.
Get out of here.
This is the kind of
Okay.
guy that just leaves during live streams.
Why does he do this to me? Okay, so a side note. So we're going to meet at the park, by the
Yes.
way, right? We're going to meet at or wherever the marina.
The marina.
Or the.
I guess there's a park. I don't know much about San Francisco. I've kind of been relying on everybody else. I tried to rely on everybody to give me an original location because I didn't know anything, but nobody really came up with anything.
Cool.
So this place next to the marina, I'm assuming it's a park.
Is it aquatic park?
It's like if you're looking at a map of the arena, it's to the right of the marina. It's like it's in a green space. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I'll post a map.
Maybe it's aquatic park or something like that, but that's down at the waterfront.
Yeah.
That's the one with the speakers. Sounds from the
Yeah,
sky.
okay. So
area,
that's probably where we're meeting.
Okay, that is a solid area. I really like it, and I think it would be cool actually to look around there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Golden Gate Park has been,
Dug
scoured to death. I've been in there 1,000 times, and
Yeah.
I'm more lost today than I was. But and then we're going to a restaurant later, right? Oh, Bradley's got. Hold on. There's news from the kingdom.
So I was joking like I was looking in my my reprint, of course.
That's the first copy. That's the first printing.
What's that?
I think that's labeled first printing, isn't it?
That looked solid. Look at that thing.
The new ones, yeah, I think they're labeled first printing. I think the
cool.
printer
Are they?
code. Yeah, I think the printer code's first printing.
It's actually the page is completely different
Well,
than
never
the
mind then.
original book. Yeah, but no, both of mine are printed in the United States. They're both in one.
Oh, they both end in
Yeah,
one.
So no luck there.
Like 0. They start at 0 and end in 1.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So those are first
Yeah.
printings.
They actually physically say printed in the United States.
I think
Hey,
there's a picture of the printer code for the second printing on 12 Treasures. I think.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
That's pretty
If
cool.
there's not, I feel like you will be soon.
Just wanted to let you know that our friend Lydia has joined us and says, "Hey guys,
Hi.
Hey, Lydia.
hey Lydia, how's it going? Feel free to ask a question, or the question thing is actually not going that well because these guys are wrong. So don't ask any questions. Just say hi to us. No, actually, you guys
Questions
have
are
been
good.
good so far.
Yeah.
And hey, this is totally impromptu pop quiz. So I'm.
Hey, we're
you guys know
50-50.
You guys know
Yeah.
your shit. You guys are 50-50 at least, if not more.
Was
than
there a
that.
third one?
There is. There are
So-
more. There are more.
Oh, look.
Okay.
So there's the printer code. For people watching, that's the printer code for the second edition. I know you guys can't see it, but it's on the screen. Down at the bottom.
Okay, you guys ready for the next one, or you want to keep talking about printer codes and ISBNs and
Hey,
stuff
man.
like
What? Go ahead.
I'm down. Go for
that?
it.
What's up?
All right, you ready? Did BP say, quote unquote, where the verse leaves off, the painting may begin? Let me repeat it. Where the verse leaves off, the painting may begin.
I don't remember if Byron said that. I just don't remember
That
if it was
was
Byron.
said. I
Discuss.
don't remember who said that.
That was
Discuss.
said, but I don't remember if it was Byron. And
I feel like that may have been the words of the person that George hired to do the translation. And that was his translation of Byron's words that were written in Japanese by somebody else.
Okay.
That's how I'm recalling that. I could be way off, but that's how I'm recalling that.
Actually, I kind of recall that too. George, okay, what do you think?
I know it was said, but I can't say how I know it was said. So there's
Okay.
that. I don't
So-
remember how I know it was said.
Well, okay, I can tell you right now how you know it was said, because it was in the Plains Dealer back in the day, and it was not Byron, but it was JJP.
JJP.
Yep. There's a nice in the, what is it, the Cleveland Plain Dealer or something, Plains Dealer, something
Yeah.
like that. There's a cool, actually, there's a really good article I read today in there, but that's a quiz, and that's also maybe partially a hint for anybody that might be listening.
Nice.
Pretty
That's a
cool,
good
right?
reminder. I appreciate that.
All right.
Pretty cool. Okay. Here's one that gets thrown around a lot. I hear all different versions of this. I never know what to believe. I've read different people say it differently. Okay, so did Byron say that these should be easy
No.
to solve?
No.
Okay,
No, I never said that.
we gotta know. Bradley, did Byron say these should be easy to solve?
No.
Well done.
That wasn't hard. Okay.
Nice. Okay, here's what he said. Byron said that some are easy and some are more difficult. And he also said that there may be some variance in the difficulty based upon what gem is associated with each puzzle.
So where did he say that? Because that's a question that comes up a lot, like whether or not they're easy. But I can never remember where that was said.
Okay, I found it today, and I promise you I will provide it to you guys, but it was definitely in one of the 20 articles that I read today.
All right, okay.
So it's
gotcha.
there. It's
Yeah,
there, and I actually was kind of surprised because I thought somebody made that up.
No.
No, I remember reading that in print, and I think one of the interesting arguments to that is it's not necessarily the general value of that stone type, but we have to consider the size of the stone that you're being rewarded as well. You know, like a giant garnet is going to be worth more than a teeny tiny emerald.
Yeah.
So,
And
Or
like,
we don't know.
and
Yeah.
everything's worth more than a turquoise. And the pearl necklace, whether or not it's a little tiny pearl or a giant huge necklace or a necklace and
Right.
bracelet set,
We don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know.
you can't really judge, or you can't really list the puzzles in order of difficulty by that because you just don't know what the gem is.
I always just assumed it was a pearl because the rest seemed to be single units of
I don't know.
gems. So why would you throw in a pearl necklace in there with, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just.
I mean,
That's
if
just
it
me.
was me and I was in it for the actual reward of the gem, I would feel a certain way if I got one single pearl.
One pearl? Here, Bradley.
Yeah.
Here's your pearl. I know, apparently Cleveland was easier than Chicago because the Cleveland gem was worth less than Chicago. So that's
Is
the
it
only
a
two that
worth?
we can...
Is it a worth thing though? You know what I mean? Is it-
back then, the value of them, like the Cleveland gem was valued less than the Chicago gem.
Let me see if I can find that exact quote for you guys because that actually might be pretty cool to sort of
Yeah.
extrapolate on a little bit later. Well, I don't know how much later we have, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, did Byron say the following? This puzzle is going to require logic, luck, and solid puzzle solving skills. Do you want me to repeat it?
No. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It's just fun for dramatic effect to repeat it. Did he say logic, luck, and puzzle solving skills? Plus, this gives you a little bit of time to think about it.
I don't think I've ever read that.
Yeah. Oh man, that does not immediately create a sense of.
Yeah.
Of,
It's like
yeah,
I've got
no.
this.
Well-being.
I got this file folder in my head of all the crap that I know about this puzzle, and that doesn't. I don't think I have an entry for that one.
Okay. He said luck would not be involved.
Ah,
He did say logic and puzzle solving, but he's adamantly said that luck would not be involved.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
He was wrong.
Right?
Luck has been helpful.
Well,
Yeah,
think
I guess
about
it's
it.
been helpful.
It may not
Well-
be necessary, but it's been very helpful.
Look at the two that have been found so far. One got found, not exactly like this, but because a shovel got thrown at a inside of a hole and
I mean,
revealed part of the cast. That's the Chicago one, kind of, right? That's Lucky.
Yeah, that's
and then
pretty
the
much
other,
exact.
and
Yeah.
then Brian and Andy were like, hey, maybe we should flip it, turn it around, and reverse
No.
it.
Andy just got
something like
frustrated.
that.
Andy just got frustrated and threw a probe. Like, so Luck was involved in both of those.
Denise, read this and I'm again. I should just say first names because those I can pronounce. I don't know about the last names, but Denise has tuned in and she says he said, I think I may have made the puzzles too hard.
I know anecdotally he said that to someone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was ever in print, but yeah.
And you know what? He did.
Yeah.
He made them too hard, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that one. Anything else you want to say about Luck? Not Andrew Luck.
I just don't
Real
have
luck?
any. No luck.
Okay.
I can say I used to believe in having a lucky item, and I would carry it with me everywhere until that lucky item was stolen when our vehicle was broken into. So I no longer believe in lucky items.
Oh, no.
That's like the only
no.
thing of value they got, right? Was your garnet?
Yeah, literally, yeah. So since George said garnet, I'll explain. Yeah, so I live in a town that's known for its mineral mining, and I found a garnet here where I live, and so it was my first garnet. So that was I called it my lucky garnet, and I literally took it everywhere I went, and it was in my top pouch of my my dig bag. And when we went on expedition to do some digging, fortunately our car was broken into, and they stole my dig bag and my change of clothes bag. So they got away with some undies, some jeans, a t-shirt, my garnet, and a shovel.
They probably saw that garnet, thought it was a rock, and just threw it on the pavement somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
That sucks.
We searched the alley behind where we were staying, and we found the change of clothes bag, and all the clothes were strewn everywhere. So they went through the bags, but unfortunately they decided to keep my entire bag. So I was very upset. My dig bag. Yeah, but it has resulted in me getting much cooler dig equipment. So cheers to that.
Yeah. We still got 3 garnets. If you want one back, they've been fairly lucky for us. We've kept them in the car.
I appreciate that, but no, at this point I actually have like a little garnet shrine with my my.
Yeah, I
secret
saw
books,
that.
So.
Wait, wasn't that Captain Nigel Diggums that got his stuff stolen? That's not you.
Sir Nigel Diggums.
Sir
Yes.
Nigel Diggums.
Sir
You're not
Nigel
very good at
Diggums.
this superhero thing.
No.
Like keeping your secret identity a secret. You're not very good at that.
I can't even remember my own name. Okay, so okay, I got another one. It's sort of more of a trivia one. So maybe we just make this some kind of trivia thing or something like that. Okay. Did Byron ever officially revoke the right to take that back page out of the book and send it in with a solution, and thereby giving you the ability to redeem that for a gem if you couldn't dig in that spot?
No.
Absolutely not. There was one instance, and he did respond that, well, they're going to have to wait until that concrete is moved and they can dig it up to get the reward. So, and maybe that's what you're referring to. Maybe not. I think that was just his way of saying you're wrong. But if I remember correctly, he did reply with that. He's like, well, if you're right, you're gonna have to wait for that cement to be broken up and moved so you can dig it up from there.
So you guys are wrong.
Oh no!
What?
Possibly. Okay, so is it boring for me to read something right now? Because I want to read you something from Q4T.
No.
And
Read it.
Go for it.
Thank you, Chris Preacher. Again, that's he pointed me to this. So somebody named Sandpiper 121P, two P's, on Q4T in September of 2004 sent an email to Byron, and he said, "Hello." That sounded like the beginning of The Hangover, didn't it? Okay. Hello.
It's me.
I can't. It's me. I cannot believe what I just read on the site for your book, The Secret. I used to own one of the books, and you had a page in the back that a person could submit if they knew where one was, but could not retrieve it. That way, it was available to everyone to play. I personally thought that I found one and have submitted you several requests, and now know that you are not accepting emails or the page out of the book for answers to where we think one is. We must have the actual cask. That is so very wrong. You never stated in your book that there was a time limit to find one, or that we had to have the actual cask. Okay? So he actually quickly responded. Is this boring? Are you guys cool with this?
No, go for it.
I'm intrigued.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Good. I don't like reading stuff. He responded, I am truly sorry you are disappointed. When the book was published, there was no internet, no email, no chat rooms. Many people are trying to participate by viewing illegal reproduction of the art on the internet. Something never contemplated by the, he got over that. Something never contemplated by the book when I wrote The Treasure Hunt. Nor did the book stipulate email as a way of even communicating with us. I am unaware of how any other 22-year-old treasure hunt that is still, of any other 22-year-old treasure hunt that is still allowing people to participate. So I would say that we are being reasonable under the vastly changed circumstances of the 21st century, the mythology of which I am about to change. I made that last part up. Sorry. That was to get you guys for that.
Yes.
Okay. So no, it ends at 21st, vastly changing 21st century. So that was his response. So this guy, guy or gal, then quickly sends out another email and says, I understand. It just comes down to now we have to be on the money. And I personally cannot afford to fly all over the United States looking for a cask. I hope you understand that I did not mean to come across rude, just upset, and that now I am out of the hunt, for I cannot make it to the location that I found. Is this like before transportation even existed? Oh, well, I will wait to see if somebody else finds it there. And if they do, then they will just have to be we will just have to be satisfied with that. One final question. Do you ever plan to make a second book? And this is where I got the second book stuff. Or reveal the remaining locations in the future if you discontinue the hunt for them? He responded, we don't plan a second book. There is no restriction, by the way, on finding a person in another place to do the digging for you. You could do that and split the jewel if you win.
Yeah. So there's a stipulation, or at least there's an amendum to that. A lot of the communication that happened with Byron, at least initially, well, some of it, was not actually with Byron. Some of the letters that Byron sent back were written by AJ, which I think was his assistant at the time. And then any calls that you would give to Byron, any messages, would be delivered by his mom. And from what I understand, when it came to The Secret, she wasn't super nice about the Chicago guys called Byron's.
In Chicago.
Yeah, the Chicago guys called Byron's office to ask, and they had the right location. And his mom was like, "There's no treasure in Chicago," which is, we know now, not true. So it's possible that those emails weren't written by Byron. I don't know though. Seems kind of far-fetched, but whatever.
Completely possible. And the other thing is that he may have just been trying to throw people. Well, not this one, but those ones. I know. I think there's a little deception in there, and I do think he was trying to throw people off a little bit, or just be a little bit.
Well, I mean, the
funny.
secret was sort of a pet project for Byron for a while, but he was a businessman too. He had other stuff going on, especially 20 years later. Like he was focused on other things. So, one thing that I'm learning now is that, he kind of maybe got a little annoyed towards the end with some of this stuff. I don't know. That's just my take. He's a business dude, and 20 years later he had other stuff going on. He didn't want to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine how much JJP gets bothered about this hunt, and he's just a painter. I mean, can you imagine how many emails Byron was getting? It's crazy. So I can imagine he'd be a little bit annoyed and just be like, just find it.
Extremely. Bradley, you were going to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, Adam is watching our video, and he wanted us to mention that as far as the second book idea, not only were they going to publish the names and the people that found the treasures, but also in the original book, they also ask you to submit your own ideas of the fair folk and create your own fair folk for them to publish in the second book as well.
Yeah, which Matt's been doing has been hilarious.
Yes, Matt's have been
massive hilarious. Yeah, they did. He did. And then something iBooks, I guess, was thinking about publishing another one or something, because in the Kindle version they were asking the Cleveland and Chicago guys to get in touch with them. They didn't know how to get in touch with the Cleveland and Chicago guys. But I know Andy's written iBooks, and he was like, "Why do you want us to contact you?" And they really didn't reply. So who knows what that was about?
I don't see Adam's comment. I do see a couple of other comments though.
So there's multiple watch parties. I've learned this with Facebook. People will create watch parties, and so their comments may not be in the original posting of the video. So I just got an invite to join this watch party, and that's where I saw that.
Wait, you're saying?
Yeah, there's like
actually celebrating.
Yeah,
watching this right now.
So when you say there's X number of people watching, that's just in one specific watch party. You're not in all of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So while you may see like 8 people watching on Facebook, there could be 40, 90, 100. You never know. There's so many little chat rooms.
Yeah. So if you guys post a question and we don't see it, we apologize.
That's why.
We're only able to watch so many chat rooms.
Yeah, you can just shoot one of us a message and
absolutely.
Yeah, I won't be able to see those. I'm just watching the live stream. But I did want to continue what Lydia said. So she says, I wish I could afford to go to a few locations. I have solid evidence of a few. Okay, which is cool. So basically, she's empathizing with the guy that couldn't get out and get to the places, which is totally fine. And it's time, it's money, and it's actually like getting permits now. Things were a lot easier back then, right? She's near Boston and can't get permission to dig. That sucks. Well, do we know anybody that can help her get permission to dig in Boston? All right, Lydia, why don't you email the podcast team and maybe we can help you with that.
we have somebody in every single city that will dig a hole for you. I mean, if the solution is valid enough, for them to possibly get in trouble for digging a hole, there's somebody in every city that'll dig a hole. That's one of the great things about this community. And even if we don't have somebody that you trust enough, somebody on Facebook will dig a hole for you. Just post and ask. Somebody will do it.
Someone will definitely be crazy enough to do it. That's true.
Yep.
And then Seeds Gregory, who I've been talking to quite a bit. Cool dude. Got a lot of good ideas for San Francisco. He said that he was happy to not have been born yet. Happy to not have been born yet. So I think that might be some kind of...
Probably when the book was published. I don't know.
Yeah.
It really depends on when he made that comment. It would suck if he's not been born yet. That would suck for him.
I think he hasn't been born yet. I think he's that good that he's
so one thing should we? I mean, we're all 3 of us now are going to be there, plus Matt. We're still trying to convince John to come. John Artepe. We're still trying to convince him to come. I think he's still a maybe. Should we take some people's ideas and check them out? Why don't we just do that? Why don't we get a bunch of ideas? Send us your San Francisco stuff while we're in San Francisco. We'll check it out for you.
We'll go look around. Yep.
Yeah, if it's valid, we'll dig a hole.
One person asked so far, so we're gonna try and look in that planter while we're there. So that is on the books. I've just got to put in a request.
I have to climb a small building for someone. It's true. I really do. I got to climb. It's crazy, but I got to do it.
What's weird is I have to walk down Market Street naked for somebody, and I can't figure out why they want me to do that.
That's really for me. Weird. It's for the podcast. Just don't worry about it. And
I knew it.
Yeah. We'll take care of it.
We sent you the money. Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting paid. I wasn't even asking for money. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. So I don't. So that's the end of that segment, guys. I don't have any more like trivia or what did he say?
We don't have
That was
anything to
very
talk
fun.
about now. Yeah, it was actually
Kind
kind
of
of cool.
fun. It's more of like our opinions. Obviously, I didn't expect you guys to be able to like recite verbatim some of the things from the newspaper articles over the years, but I thought it would be cool to just at least hear if you thought it had been said, right?
Yeah.
Because I have all the. I go in there and I'm looking at stuff and then somebody will go, oh well, and Byron said blah blah blah, and I'm like, I take it for the truth a lot, like an idiot, but then after you go back and research it, he either totally didn't say stuff at all or like somebody took it completely out of context. So it's kind of, I thought it would be fun.
Yeah,
I think it's a great example of showing no matter how long you've been in this hunt. None of us are 100% experts, and we need to stay humble and stay, be kind to each other, no matter how long you've been doing this, and help each other out. Because, clearly I'm the newbie in this group. I haven't been in the hunt nearly as long as these two gentlemen. When something gets asked before I respond or before anybody else responds, we always kind of try and check our sources and make sure that we're giving you good information. And if we are wrong and somebody calls us out on it, we're not going to get upset. We're going to say, hey, thanks. That's really good to know. So
it's true. And dude, it's a podcast and we're just guys that like puzzles. It's like we're no like a supreme authority on any of this stuff. None of us has found one. Would love for that to be the case, but we're just kind of giving our opinion and trying to be entertaining at the same time. And, we're going to be wrong about stuff.
Yeah, that was always kind of my vision for this thing. It's not like I don't want to give you all of the answers in this podcast, and I don't think any of us do. It's just kind of like, let's go solve a puzzle with our friends and let a community come along for the ride or whatever. Or, let the entire community, let's solve it with a community. This isn't about being, kings of the secret or whatever.
No, definitely not. Never. I don't want to be the king of anything except for just, whatever, my own home. And by the way, Bradley, I think I'm about 3 years into this. How long do you? How long have you been doing this?
I feel ashamed to say it every time because
he's an Expedition Unknown baby.
There's a bit of a stigma with the Expedition Unknown babies, but
that's fine.
I am one of them.
Hey,
that was a magical night for me.
One of the reasons that all of us got together and I met so many wonderful people over the last year or whatever is because of Expedition Unknown. I'm pumped. I'm glad that it got this got popular again.
Yeah, I mean there was some downsides in the beginning, but we've like all of the things that were a problem right when Expedition Unknown came out, like the people that were a problem, they're all gone. And the problems aren't really around anymore. It's all sort of leveled out. Everybody's friendly. It's nice. So yeah, Expedition Unknown in the long run, very positive for this hunt.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Yeah. We found you, man. That's the good part. I really hope you can make it out to San Francisco. I'm looking forward to giving you a big hug and meeting you in person.
Was Full House actually filmed in San Francisco? And if it was, can we please go see the house?
You can go see the house. There's a whole park. I think isn't there a marker? Because there's a bunch of like Instagram models and crap that go there and take pictures.
I mean, I grew up on that show, so
it is insanely awesome. Those houses are called the Painted Ladies. Hold on, real quick. That's the Painted Ladies, right, Lael? My wife is making spaghetti bolognese, by the way, in the background and listening. Those are called the Painted Ladies, and they are on what's that park, Lael? Do you know? I don't remember the park name.
It's the ooh.
They are. It's the ooh ah. But they are super famous, as you guys know, and they. But I don't think they didn't film it there. But that picture, we can totally go in that park, and maybe we do a little probing there too. But that park is like famous and close to. Everything's pretty close. But
are there Milkman and Paperboys? Is there evening TV? Can we watch it?
No.
Brett's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. We don't
No.
talk
It's
about
from
that
the
shit
theme
here.
song.
I haven't. It's been a while. You're older than me, so I would expect you to wait. Let's pretend I didn't say that. Okay. Anyway, moving on to other topics. So yeah, we can totally go check that Alamo Square, guys.
That's an
we're gonna have
odd
to go
name
up
for
there.
that park.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to San Francisco. We're gonna visit the Alamo Park.
Yeah, and I forgot the Alamo. So yes. What else? What else do you guys want to talk about?
So the podcast team's been doing some cool stuff. There's sort of a forum that's sort of, it's always been like a hub of information for The Secret. In fact, every cool thing that's happened in the timeline of The Secret has happened on this forum. And when Expedition Unknown came out, one of the big things that happened was the forum got a bunch of trolls and just people causing havoc and basically being assholes. When that happened, the forum was made private. And then, but the trolls weren't exactly kicked out until a little later. The trolling progressively got worse to the point where the owner talked about shutting it down. So all of the old members from the hunt, your Matt Sparks, your Willhouses, and Sturcocks, and they all stopped really posting because they're all friends and they don't want to deal with the bullshit trolls. They stopped posting and it just sort of became people arguing. We were all sort of worried that the forum was going to get shut down, so we made this effort to archive it, and we did. 61,000 pages of this forum has all been archived. It's all on our website. It's on 12 Treasures. You can just go to 12 Treasures and click on Q for T archive, and it takes you right there. Everything about this hunt, is in that forum. It's completely, you can navigate to any of the pages, read whatever you want. It's just right there. So, it's searchable now. So it's a valuable resource. If you have an idea that you don't know if it's been talked about, or if you have questions that you don't want to ask publicly, go to that link. There's a search bar at the top. You can't see it in the stream, but there's a search bar at the top. It's not the best search in the world. It's just like a Google-powered search, but it's the best I could do. But it should, if you just Google, whatever the keywords for your question are or whatever, it should bring up some stuff. But, I mean, it's just a wealth of information, and I'm glad we were able to save it. So there you go.
Here's a question.
Okay.
Okay, you said the search sucks.
Yeah, the search function.
Okay, so I couldn't. Okay, so when you got to the front, you got a user account, right? It was password protected. You get your user account. Went to the front page, and then it sorted it kind of in that old school. You know what I'm talking about? That old school fashion where the thing that most recently got commented on would pop up to the top.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Is that
going to
change? Or?
No, it looks exactly like Quest for Treasure. It operates exactly like Quest for Treasure. And it is completely set to whatever date it was whichever date it was archived. The most recent post is from August. It's not missing anything. Everything is there. Images, links, documents, everything is there. Navigating it is just like a forum. It's navigating it, like any forum. But the search function, I wasn't able to convert it into a database where you could search for it easily. So I just linked it up with Google, had Google index it, and there's a custom Google search function that'll search the whole site for you. So it's not the greatest, most elegant solution, but it's, all I could do.
Fantastic, man. Thank you. I can't tell you how much the whole community appreciates it. So the link to it is on the 12treasures.com.
Yeah. So
website?
on 12 Treasures, there's a button that says Q for T archive. You can click that. We did a URL that was easy to remember. It's questforpleasure.com. So the number 4. Just sort of a play on the name, but That was a Forrest Blight suggestion, by the way.
Okay.
I never would have expected that from Forrest, but whatever. That's the link. But yeah, it's all there. And I mean, like, if you wanna read what was happening when Brian found his cask, that's there. If you want to read when the Chicago guys sort of reconnected with Quest for Treasure and talked about their find, that's there. All of Byron's communication with people, you want to read Will House's emails, they're there. All of it's there. So there you go. It's probably the greatest resource you'll ever have for this hunt.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I go back and I reread Brian's post, and go, my God, how incredible would that have been to be seeing that for the first time on Quest for Treasure and going one got found. Oh my God, it's insane, and I'm glad we still have it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it served another purpose too. Like, all of the old guys, they've been on this forum since 2004. I think early 2004, late 2003 is when this forum started, right? And so it's all these people that have been friends, and they've been having these communications. They've been just talking, not just about the secret, but about their lives since 2004. And they were worried that they were going to lose this sort of history of the group's friendship. I mean, back then it was a much smaller group, so losing that was sort of heartbreaking to them. So being able to save those conversations for them. So, double purpose.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so on the feed here, we have a couple comments. Michael would like to know if we have any plans to do a live broadcast from San Francisco while we're there.
Is this
we can.
Mike? I sense.
Yes.
You should not. You should not read people's last names.
Okay, God, why do I keep trying to do that? I'm just trying to. If I nail it though, how awesome is that?
I mean, we can, but it's really. I guess it's really up to the people that are there.
Yeah.
Whether or not they want to be on something. I'm not gonna force anybody to record.
How would we do it though? Just with your phone and
you can bring a laptop
right now or a laptop. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll definitely. I would like to do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And Seeds Gregory says he is paying for us to get group tattoos while we're there.
Oh
cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want a secret tattoo. Nice. All right, I'm down.
Yes.
What do you want your tattoo to say, Bradley?
His suggestion is that we all leave with a rainbow to commemorate our San Francisco trip. I'm down with rainbows, but what would my tattoo say? That is a very good question. I think it would have to have something like I say this all too often, but I dig it.
Yeah.
Kind of
I had this idea that if I ever found the Florida cask, I was gonna have the words "years pass, rainfall" tattooed right on my forearm, right here.
Nice.
Yeah, that's always I really like that line. I don't know what the hell it means. It means a lot to me. It seems really poetic. I always wanted it as a tattoo. So if I get a secret tattoo, it's probably that.
I was probably gonna get a giant pole tattooed on my.
That's awesome. We're gonna get let's all get matching giant pole tattoos.
Cool.
Wow.
Bradley, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. No, if I was ever to find the Roanoke one, then definitely if I was going to get a line, it would have to be the last touch, first scene standing. That's my vice.
I think that's the alternative name of
the
the Michael Jackson documentary. So we are doing what happened to me, guys. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. So what do you guys think? What else do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. That's all I got.
Dude,
what do you got, Bradley?
Bradley, you need to make sure you make it out here. I don't care how you do it. How fun would that be?
I would absolutely love to. And I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my absolute best. So we'll see if I can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to take a village to get me there, but I think I've got the right people in my village to make it happen.
We'll figure something out. If you need help, just let us know.
Oh, I need help. Maybe not getting to San Francisco, but I definitely need help.
Well, we'll make it happen. So if you need ideas about accommodations or places to park, urine on the bus, whatever it happens to be, let me know. I can help you out.
I can pee on the bus? That's a thing?
It is a legal thing to pee on the bus, apparently, because every time I get in it smells like people's pee.
Nice.
So, yes. And
you gotta go.
It smells like acorns and urine. It's really bizarre. But no, we're going to have a good time. And yeah, we will totally. I mean, the public transportation isn't awesome in San Francisco, but I mean, like, you know, buses go everywhere and you can get into it and out of it. So, you know, it'll be good.
It's better than public transportation here. You want to get somewhere on public transportation, you have to steal somebody's bike. Like, we don't have any. That sucks. You're going to have to rent
So you steal bikes?
Tourist train. Yeah, we steal bikes from each other. I think it's a joke. It's not.
Well, there's, you know what we should do is
community rideshare. Just have everybody's bike just be available.
Oh, we don't want to ride with anybody else. No, we just steal bikes.
Matt Sparks is in here pounding on us. Oh man, we're screwed.
Oh no.
Okay, Article Cleveland. Nah, he's good. He's good to go.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is that, you know what we need to do is they have the scooters that you just they just leave scooters out on the streets, and then if you get like the right app and like put your stuff in it, you unlock the scooter, and then we could just go scooter riding all over the place. That would be awesome.
They had those in when we went to Milwaukee. Something like motorized bikes or something.
Jump
we couldn't
or
like
something like that. Yeah.
So here's a question. So anybody traveling to join us might have down the road. But George, I know you've done this. You've traveled with your probe. They just taped up the end of it, right? And then they literally just popped up on the luggage conveyor belt whenever you got there.
Yeah. Yeah, I put it in a duffel bag with my shovel. I mean, there's rules about how long something can be, and as long as it's not longer than whatever that is, I think it's 48 inches, so I think it's 4 feet. As long as it's not longer than that, it's fine. I had the pointy end, not the handle end, sticking out of my bag, and it was taped up. They asked me what it was because they thought it was a rifle, and I told them it's a solid steel bar, and they were fine with it.
Gotcha.
So we got, by the way, okay, so a couple of comments. Matt is telling us that he's asking, have George or Brad ever been to San Francisco, which the answer is no. Matt is saying some are easy, some are hard is from the Cleveland article, right? And then he's saying it's a pearl, and I think he means like versus, is it a pearl or a pearl necklace?
Well, the picture in the book is a necklace. So... we are.
And then Seeds McGregory says, "I'll have a probe and a shovel, no worries." Sweet. So
nice.
we don't have to smuggle.
I'm actually thinking
anything.
Like probes are super cheap to buy. I think I'm just gonna buy one and get it Amazon Prime to Brett's house.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Let's listen to what's Brett's.
That's 1980. That's from 1982. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Hey, I'm Brett. Just checking in. How's it going, guys?
So yeah, we're
looking at the photo in the book on page 33. It's got the painted cask and the the loose jewels just kind of strewn around it. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loose pearls in that photo.
Yeah.
I think that's your.
Whether that's just costume jewelry or whatnot, or if that's actual.
No, there's one with the lid open, with the pearl.
There's one with the lid open.
Yeah, with the pearl necklace hanging out of it.
The 14-year-old version of myself laughs inside every time somebody says pearl necklace.
Pearl necklace, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Brett, we're talking about
sir.
we're sending you a bunch of tools. I think we're going to buy on Amazon shovels and
Okay.
probes and just send them to your house, so I don't have to travel with them.
Okay.
So what we're going to do on the podcast page is we're going to
cool.
publish Brett's address, and if you're traveling in from out of town, just send
me
crap to Brett.
tools. Send me a giant pole. That's fine. You guys can send it. You guys can just use the stuff I got here. Whatever. We'll figure it out. I don't know. We need to. As Matt said, he says, "Do you have a permit?" Right now.
No, not yet. I haven't. I'm not
No
planning
permits.
on doing any digging.
Nope. At this point, nope. Okay, dudes. I have the world's best spaghetti bolognese waiting for me.
Nice. All right, so I guess we'll sign off then.
Let's sign
Please
off.
Go enjoy your meal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure and an honor speaking with you guys, you handsome gentlemen, and I look forward to hanging out with you soon.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for
Thank
coming
you,
out, everybody.
that tuned in and left comments and questions for us. We greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.